When we come into a relationship, we come in to the relationship with our present moment awareness. Okay, that's why we're accepting each other unconditionally, and we're not projecting anything onto each other yet. We're not putting demands on one another. We are holding the space for one another, accepting each other unconditionally. That's why it's so good. We're a sanctuary for one another. We're seeing the best in one another. But as the relationship continues and we start to become attached to the relationship, we form a bond, a devotion, a commitment. Those attachments then start coming with expectations. You need to love me in a certain way or do a certain way because that's how I've been programmed to relate. But you don't know that program. I'm unconsciously imposing those expectations onto you. But you're not going to be able to live up to them because you don't even know what they are half the time. So that's called our baggage. So we come into the relationship mostly unconscious of our baggage, but after a while it starts to infiltrate the relationship. So I start the relationship like this, but inevitably I start relating to you like this. I don't see you anymore. I only see my own expectations that I'm now imposing onto you and getting disappointed in you because you're not living up to them. And that's when our hearts start to close down and the cracks start to appear in the relationship. So the challenge is how to get above that. On a level of consciousness, of true awareness, you're now my opportunity. Because you're now going to be like a mirror shining my own baggage back to me. Because you're going to trigger me. I'm attached to you. I'm expecting you to behave a certain way. You're not going to behave that certain way because you're going to just doing your own behaviors and attachments, and so I'm going to be triggered by that. You've got to behave this and this and this way for me to trust that I love you. When you don't, I have a fear reaction. Now, we're now doing this process. So I am learning to accept myself unconditionally. So I'm learning to accept the fact that I'm human, I'm vulnerable, I'm scared, I'm confused, and I'm going to have fear reactions. Because I'm also learning to take full ownership of my mind. I'm now the parent of my mind. Most of our social conditioning is done by the time we're basically 10 years old. And so it's not an adult that's running the relationship, it's a 10-year-old. So when we're arguing, having an argument, it's not adults arguing, it's 10-year-olds having an argument. Yeah, so how do we solve that? How do we overcome that? How do we turn that into an opportunity? You're now an opportunity for me to see my confusion that I've projected onto you. Okay, so unconditional self-acceptance enables me to look at my own self without judging me. It's accepting that I'm human, that I am conditioned, that I'm confused, that I bring a child self into the relationship. So when we form a relationship with someone, there's 4 people in the room. There's our adult self, but it's our child programming. It's our child self that runs so much of our social interactions. So my unconscious mind is seeing you like my parents, expecting you to be emotionally responsible for me like my parents were, expecting you to read my mind like a child expects a parent to read their mind. All these unconscious confusions are built into those programs. To be conscious in a relationship and to see it as an opportunity to heal and grow, I'm accepting that I'm bringing my baggage in with me and you're going to trigger it. Therefore, you're the opportunity to help me see that baggage more clearly, to encounter it. And when I get triggered, because I'm accepting myself unconditionally, that's an opportunity to turn around and open my heart of love to that child part of myself that needed love back then. And now I've got the opportunity to love that part of myself now. So bring that part of myself into the heart, and in the process, with the new perspective that I have, when I can stay present with my vulnerabilities, not fix them, because the child, nothing wrong with the child. The child only ever just needed love and mentoring.